Hey guys, Sam from Aaron's Outdoor, and today we are doing the $1 Walmart fishing lure challenge. And I'm not at Walmart right now. I went to Walmart yesterday, so right here I have the bag of the stuff that I got from Walmart yesterday. All of these were for $1. This is probably one of the best deals I've ever come across. Let me dump them out right there. So I ended up getting 11 different lures. I only got 8 different models though, so I just left the other 3 at home. So I only have 8 with me right now. Originally I came across, which one was it? It was this bait right here. I thought it was kind of an interesting little lure, and I was like, maybe I'll do like a little challenge with this, like Walmart challenge with a weird lure or something like that. Because it is a very interesting shape for a crankbait. So I went to go scan it, see how much it was. It was $1, and basically I came across that these yellow tags meant they were only $1. And as y'all probably know, these baits are usually a lot more expensive than $1. So this guy I looked up on Tackle Warehouse. This goes for $6. Got a few of those, wherever the other one is. Right here, I got 2 of those. And this guy on Tackle Warehouse is $4. I think these are usually, the rest of these are usually like $4 to $6, or at least these guys. And the cotton cordels I think are usually $2, so, you know, not the best deal ever, but still overall I got an amazing deal on all these guys. So anyway, I think I'm going to do today kind of like a mystery tackle box slam style, so I'm going to try to catch a fish on each one of these today. And I'll count these guys. These are the same lure, so I'll just try to catch a fish on one of those colors. And same goes with this little jitterbug right here. So unfortunately, all these baits, they're pretty much the smallest size only. So for the hula popper, the larger sizes were $6, but this tiny size was only $1. So that's why I have such small sizes of these lures. But I'm not complaining because that was an amazing deal. Anyway, I've talked way too much already, so let's get to fishing. Second cast, I already got a fish. Little bass. There we go. First fish already. Oh crap. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, it's all muddy. Well, there we go. Little bass. Which I am trying to go after bass, but this crankbait's so small I thought it might get a bluegill. Let me wipe this guy off so y'all can see him. There we go. Well, there's that tiny little bass. He's not that big, but I mean, the crankbait I was using was pretty darn small, so that is one of 6 different baits, I believe, because we have 2 copies, so, 2 different colors of some baits. So there we go, first little bait right there. That tiny little crankbait, and the water was pretty murky today, and that color actually looked really good for this little bit of tint to this water. So anyway, there's our first fish. Hopefully the next one is this easy to check off. There's only 2 casts in, but anyway, let's release this little dude. There he goes. Alright guys, so for my second bait, I'm putting on this little Rebel crankbait, which the name of this thing is actually the humpback crankbait, which is kind of what it looks like. I mean, it's definitely an interesting shape. Ooh, one just hit it. Oh, got one. Oh my gosh. Come on. Has bad hooks on it, maybe. I don't know, but as soon as this guy hit the water, y'all probably just saw that and one hit it, but he jumped off. Oh, there we go, that one. Yeah, it's still really small, but there we go. A little bit bigger than the last one. This is the 3rd fish that's hit this guy, but first one that I've actually gotten on the bank. This crankbait, it said it dove to, well, I looked on Tackle Warehouse, it didn't say on the package, but it says it dives to 0 to 1 feet, and that's pretty much accurate. It dives probably 4 inches, honestly. And I could see this lure the whole time, but usually this pond is crystal clear, so it's definitely working in my favor. That's a little bit muddy today. Alright guys, we've already completed 2 of 6 lures pretty darn fast. We've gotten both crankbaits. Well, actually we have 4 crankbaits, so we've gotten half of the crankbaits done. One's a lipless and one's a really small kind of weird crankbait. But anyway, let's release this guy. There he goes. Alright guys, next I'm going to put on this little lipless crankbait. It kind of looks like a crawfish. I think this might be a little bit one of the more challenging baits for today. Oh, got one right there. Holy cow. really close to the bank. Dang, this guy's not even bad. This is a good one for this pond, actually. Which actually I have caught my PB here, which was like 6.5, so this is still better than average fish for this pond. He was right by the bank. I mean, all of them have been really shallow. There we go. This guy's actually might be a pound. Well, there's our third fish. I said he might be a pound earlier, but he's definitely not a pound. But anyway, it's still another fish, even though it is kind of small. I'm just gonna release him over here. He can definitely swim back to where he was if he wants to. There he goes. All right, guys, I said that lipless crank might be kind of hard. It actually ended up being really easy, but I think this guy might end up being the hardest just because it is so light. I mean, I don't know. I still have the 2 topwater lures left. So this is my last crankbait, and I have those 2 little topwater lures. So the topwater lures definitely could end up being the hardest just because it's not necessarily the best time for topwater, but I'm gonna tie on this little crankbait and see if I can't catch one. All right, guys, so I've made a few casts in this pond, and this pond is kind of murky, like I said earlier, and this little color is definitely not the best for murky water. So there is a pond right below this pond that has a little bit clearer water right now, so I'm gonna move down there and hopefully have a better chance of catching a fish on this lure down in that pond. This pond is actually a really weird color. I don't even know it's clear. Oh wait, oh, I thought that was a bass. Oh, first cast, what did I say? Yep, this is definitely better for this pond. And get up here. He's tiny, but oh. Come back here, dude. There we go. Tiny little guy on that tiny little crankbait. I mean, I'm not surprised. That crankbait was puny. First cast in this pond, and what do you know? Got a fish already. All right, let's release this puny little fish. There he is. All right, guys, since I caught one on this little lure so fast, I'm just gonna make a few more casts down here and see if I can't catch another one. Oh, got one. My drag is really loose. It's not a big one at all. Oh, it's a bluegill. There we go, got a bluegill on this thing. Not too surprised as this lure is so tiny. All right, he just flipped out of my hands. There goes the bluegill. Whatever. They're pretty annoying. I had to get him off on that rock, but he's good to go. All right, guys, just put this little hula popper on. I've never used a hula popper before, but definitely looks like a pretty decent little bait, and it's real small, and most of the fish here are pretty small, so it should work out pretty well. Oh, got him. My drag is so loose, but I'm using these tiny baits, so it kind of works. Oh, it's a bluegill. Another big old bluegill. Well, this one's a little bigger at least. Anyway, I'm gonna unhook this guy with some pliers because they're so annoying. Oh, never mind. We're just gonna drop on the ground and try to get stuck under there for some reason. There we go. I like lipping bluegill more than I like trying to hold them from their back because of those dumb spines. But anyway, nice little bluegill. Probably still gonna try to catch a bass in that little hula popper, but anyway, there he goes. All right, guys. Well, I threw this hula popper around quite a bit longer. Haven't had a single blow up since that little bluegill I caught. So I mean, it's a fishing challenge, even though it wasn't a bass, it still counts. I think it was 7 o'clock. I'd have no problem catching a bass in this thing, but they're just not really feeding right now. They're not really active on topwater, which is kind of a problem because we still have one more topwater lure to complete. All right, guys, got the little jitterbug on. This is going to be a challenge. Now it's a lot sunnier than it was earlier, and it's not the best time for topwater, like I already said like 5 times, but hopefully I can get one on this little jitterbug. All right, guys, well, I've been fishing for this jitterbug for quite a while. It's definitely a very interesting action. Like, I've seen a jitterbug before, but honestly, I think this size is probably not the best just because it's so small and it's so light. Like, I don't really think it can get the best action that well like larger jitterbugs can, but I'm gonna go to the other side of this pond and throw it around there for a little bit, and if I don't catch one, then we're not gonna fully complete the challenge, which is unfortunate, but I do have to go soon, so I don't know, we're gonna try it out there before I leave. Oh, gosh. Dude, first cast over here I had to blow up at least. Oh. Might have been a bluegill, I think it was.